Because I've got. Hi everyone, my name's Ellie Sample, and I'd like to welcome you all to the University of Lincoln Open Day. It's the 283rd day of the year. There are 82 days until Christmas. 78 sleeps until Christmas, aren't there? Actually, Darren, I've got that wrong already.
Yeah, there's not long now until Christmas. I'm Darren. I'm an alumni here from the University of Lincoln. And we're going to be your hosts today at today's Open Day. So we're streaming live from the Open Day, so you can see behind us everything that's happening.
It's really exciting, and I am sat here with Professor Neil Juster, our Vice Chancellor at the University of Lincoln. So we're delighted to have him with us today. He's actually going to be doing the welcome talk today, isn't that right, Darren?
Yeah, it is right. It's really exciting to have you, Neil, so thank you very much. Could you just describe what it's like at today's Open Day, one of the first physical Open Days we've had in nearly 2 years?
Yeah, thanks, Darren. Thanks, Ellie. Really great to be here. I mean, having physical Open Days again after a good couple of years of not having people on campus. The sun's shining. There are people about. They're already walking around the buildings. They're walking around our campus. There's a real buzz in the atmosphere. Fantastic day. Really looking forward to it and meeting as many potential students and their families as possible.
It is really fabulous, and it's 10th of October today, so it's our open day, which is super. It's also World Mental Health Day, which is really important to us here at the University.
Absolutely.
We do a lot for students' mental health. Less important, perhaps, it's World Handbag Day, but that's important to me. And in terms of famous birthdays of the 10th of October, it's Harold Pinter's birthday today. He was born in 1930, the famous playwright. And also Winston Churchill's birthday, who was born in 1940. And then born in 1947 for the older people like me.
And me.
Is Giant Haystacks. That brings back some memories.
It does. Watch Saturday mornings, Giant Haystacks against Big Daddy on ITV Sport. Fantastic. What memories.
I'm not too sure who that is, so I'm going to move on quickly. But more importantly, today is, again, one of our physical Open Days, and one of the few that we've been able to run in the last couple of years. We've got about 3,000 people expected to join us today, and we're really excited to welcome them. Neil's going to do a fantastic welcome talk for everyone joining us today. And it's just going to be great to see all the students and families. But if you can't make it here today, there are more Open Days coming up. We have one on October 23rd and I believe November 30th. Please correct me if I'm wrong, Ellie, but I think those are right.
You're right, you're spot on, Darren, and we do want you to come. And also, if you are watching today, please say hi in the chat. You can join us on Facebook or on YouTube, and you can post us your questions, either for me or Darren or our Vice Chancellor, Professor Juster, or we've got experts from Accommodation joining us live online today, and also loads of other people around and about. Now, if you were to come to our next physical Open Day, you can meet all of us in person. You can do a bus tour, or you can do a boat tour even, can't you, Darren, down the Brayford?
Yeah, that's true. You can usually do a boat tour. And today you'll probably come, if you come to the opening, you'll probably come to this building that we're in now. So this is the Isaac Newton building, home to Maths, Physics, School of Engineering. We've got the Siemens Hub, one of our partnerships just below us. And as you see behind me and Ellie, this is a huge atrium space where you'll come, you'll be welcomed, you'll have a tea, coffee. We'll make sure that you're fed and watered when you arrive and we welcome you. And as you can see behind me, lots of people arriving already. It's a really, really lovely atmosphere. There you go, you've got your drinks already sorted.
Yeah, so it is a fabulous atmosphere, and one of the most important things that happens is our welcome. And the welcome kind of sets the tone for the day, for the whole experience. And Professor Juster, you're doing the welcome today. So what kind of things will you be telling our visitors today?
Well, the purpose is to set the day up for everybody, but particularly to give them a very quick idea of what it's like to be a student at the University of Lincoln, how the students will be looked after, where they will live, how they will study, but also what other support we put around the events that happen in the Students' Union, our careers, activities, our relationship with industry, what our great alumni have gone on to do, the things that by getting a degree you can do, and also talk a little bit about our visiting professors and the great speeches, talks that we have on campus. So really, in 15 minutes, trying to give everybody an idea of what it's really like to be a student at the University of Lincoln, and hopefully who will understand that it's a great place to be a student because it's such a modern and accessible campus, such a friendly campus, and just so much going on all day, every day that you'll just enjoy yourself if you're a student here, and you'll also learn an awful lot and have a degree that's actually will give you really good opportunities when you leave the university. And I think I may also touch on what it's like when you graduate, and graduating from the Cathedral and the castle, because Lincoln is such a fantastic historical city. And I think if you stay on this this event for the day, you'll see some of that a bit later on. So great city, great university, great activity, great prospects, fantastic. What more to say?
It is a fabulous place to be a student, and the really unique thing about Lincoln is that we're a campus university, but we're right in the heart of the city centre. So no buses, late at night, no taxis. Everything is around about 10 minutes away, and that is quite unique, isn't it, Professor Justin?
I mean, it's a fantastic walking city. I mean, I was out yesterday evening having a walk round. You can get across the city in 10-15 minutes. There's so much to do. Very safe city for to be a student in, and as Ali says, you don't have to worry about trying to wait for a taxi late at night because it's a well-lit city, and you can be home in 5-10 minutes from wherever you are, wherever you've gone out, decide to go out for the evening. Fantastic city.
I have to admit, I think that's one of the steps I chose to get because it was so easy to get around, as well as being a beautiful and wonderful university. But Darren, one of the really exciting things that people often ask us about is what will Welcome Week be like? What will Freshers Week be like this year? And I know you know some of the things that are going on.
Yeah. Actually, we've just gone through Welcome Week here, and there's been a lot of events. So when Neil says there's always something happening here on campus, it's true. There are a lot of things happening on campus, and I think we do Welcome Week really, really well. Between us and the Students' Union, there's a lot going on. We've had some amazing things like we've had a beach party. We've had bands and artists like Chase Status, Rewire, Wonky, Brave, Patrick Love, Roller Disco, a huge quiz, and my favourite, which is it's called the One Bam 80s Bingo. It's a guilty pleasure of mine. I do love a bingo. So yeah, a huge amount of stuff going on this week, and then I've seen all the students online and on social media. They've really enjoyed it. So it's like you said, Ellie, there definitely is a unique aspect to our campus in that it's only one area. You've got your engine sheds right in the middle of campus as well. So for me, when I was a student, I felt safe, but there's a lot going on as well. It was a really fun atmosphere.
Yeah. And Professor Juster, I know you were invited along to some of the Students' Union events this year. Did you go to any for Freshers?
I didn't go to any of the evening events. I think I leave the students to enjoy themselves without me keeping an eye on them. But I do know, looking at the social media and talking to students afterwards, there were some great events at the Students' Union, the biggest entertainment space in the city and the county. But I did go along to their fairs for recruiting to societies and sports clubs. I mean, the level of activity, the number of sports clubs and societies that the Students' Union puts on is absolutely fantastic. So I think the students this year, once they recover from Freshers Week, are going to have a great time in the classroom and a great time outside the classroom, volunteering, taking part in sports clubs or societies. And if you come to Lincoln and there's not a society that aligns with your interest, we'll help you step one up. So what more?
And talking of the Students' Union, I can see that Amina has joined us on the chat, and Amina is the most fabulous Students' Union sabbatical officer. This is her second year as a sabbatical. Normally she would come in and say hi to us during the chat, so I'm hoping that Amina will turn up live behind me at any minute. So Amina, if you're still listening, please do come and find us and say hi. Amina, as I say, is one of the Students' Union officers, so can help you make friends, meet people, join clubs and societies and all those super things. I'd like to say a huge hello to Tracy Swallow. Her son moved into St Mark's on the 27th of September. It was very well organised, which is super. He's got his first lecture tomorrow. We want to say a huge welcome to Swallow Junior, but say Tracy, he's in really safe hands. And if you have any worries, don't hesitate to get in touch. Isn't that true, Neil?
We have a fantastic support team at Lincoln, and any worries from friends and family about students, then they should get in touch, and we'll try and sort any problems that do arise.
And I can see that Claire Greaves is a little bit worried that her son hasn't received his timetable yet. Darren, what would your top tip be for Claire?
Yeah, my top tip would be ask your son to reach out to his tutor, either his personal tutor or one of his tutors, and they will be able to help him or at least guide him in the right direction for that timetable.
That's really helpful, thank you. And also help to Madame Sanyang. Where are you? I'm guessing you might be in the Far East, but do say hi and tell us where you are, Madame. And anyone else who's watching, please do say hello and let us know where you are in the world. We are in the most beautiful city in the world, the city of Lincoln. There's around about 94,000 people who live in the city, and 1 in 5 people in Lincoln is a student. So it's a really student-orientated city. And I'm going to ask you, Neil, what's your favourite thing to do in Lincoln?
I've only been in Lincoln a couple of weeks, but currently my favourite thing to do is to wander around the city during the early evening. A lot of activity going on, lots of clubs and bars and bistros, lots of small boutique shops, and just a real buzz about the place. But also the history, learning about the history of the city, going back to Roman times and how the city's developed. And the city's so wonderfully signposted in terms of how it has developed, lots of information boards. That just spending an hour walking around the city is an hour well spent.
And that seems like a really good moment for us to introduce Ryan, another alumnus of the University of Lincoln, who has kindly agreed to do a tour of the city of Lincoln. So hello, Ryan, where are you?
Ryan, you've muted yourself. You need to unmute yourself.
Hello, can you hear me?
Ryan is an alumnus of our film and media unit, so shouldn't have made that rookie error, Ryan.
Oh, don't say that, Ellie. Yeah, sorry about that. But yeah, so welcome to everyone joining me here virtually up in the Balegate area here in Lincoln. And as you can see, I have Lincoln Cathedral right behind me, which from the visuals which I'm showing you, you can imagine it's such an impressive building. And on a day like today when the sun's out, it looks absolutely gorgeous. So yeah, welcome to everyone who's joining us here at our sort of behind the scenes look at our open day.
And I believe that the building of Lincoln Cathedral commenced in 1067, and like the castle on the other side, it was originally a Norman building, and for many, many years it was the tallest building in the world because it had a set of wooden towers on top of it that were just as tall as the towers that Ryan is showing you behind. So it was double the height, and pilgrims came from all around the world to see this most amazing spectacle, which can be seen now today from every entrance to Lincolnshire. Isn't that right, Neil? Wherever you drive in,
wherever you drive in, you can see the cathedral up on the hill. Fantastic sight, and you know you're driving in the right direction anyway.
Now, it probably is a good time for us to say goodbye to our Vice-Chancellor so he can go and get ready to give his welcome talk. And remember, you can join us next time here on the 23rd of October and meet Neil or one of our other senior leaders to come and have one of our talks. So, Neil, any top tips for our viewers before you go?
Well, use this opportunity to learn as much as you can about the university. It's a fantastic place, fantastic degree courses, fantastic experience outside the classroom. Use this day to actually find out whether Lincoln is right for you, and I'm sure it will be.
Thank you, Neil.
Thanks,
Neil. We'll let you go.
Enjoy the welcome talk.
Okay.
Thank you. Now, so Ryan, do you want to unmute yourself and give us a bit of the tour of the Balegate area?
Yeah, so thank you, Ellie. So as you can see, I'm up in the Balegate now with the cathedral just behind me there. And then just as I turn around here, we have Steep Hill as well, which is one of the sort of most popular areas in Lincoln. As Neil was saying earlier, this area is just so nice because it's got so many sort of nice little cafes, nice little restaurants. If your family come to visit, or when you come on a physical open day, if you choose to come and visit us, this is probably one of the areas that you'll want to come and have a look around because it's just so beautiful and so nice. And then so that's Steep Hill, and then if I turn around again, behind me, I don't know, oh yeah, my phone's just adjusted, so this is Lincoln Castle behind me as well. And so the castle and the cathedral both play a special part in the University of Lincoln because, as Neil said, we graduate in the cathedral and the castle, which I can say is an amazing experience to do. So yeah, it's a wonderful area up in the Bellgate.
Really?
And that's super. It is a lovely. I'm going to say hello to Madden, who's from Banjul in the Gambia in West Africa. That's somewhere I've been a couple of times, Madden. It's a wonderful place. So we're delighted to welcome you here to our capital in Lincoln. So you've shown us the amazing cathedral and you've shown us that beautiful Bellgate area, which, Darren, we always say looks a bit like Harry Potter's Diagon Alley, doesn't it?
It's so quaint, and it's like old style, so it's like crooked buildings and things like that. It's really nice aesthetic, which always reminds me of Diagon Alley from Harry Potter, I must admit.
It's true, and there's the tourist information area, and next to Ryan is the pub, the Magna Carta. But perhaps more importantly, we should tell you that one of the 4 surviving copies of the Magna Carta is actually housed at Lincoln Castle in a unique vault. And what's particularly interesting about it is it sits next to the Charter of the Forest. So it's one of the only places in the world where you can find those two documents together.
That's true. And right, you might want to start making your way down Steep. And as you walk down, you will be able to see all the shops and all the coffee houses. There's some nice sweet shops there, and I think down here what I like about this is it's all small independent little shops, and this is one of the most photographic places you can really visit in Lincoln, and we see it all the time on social media. Lots of people come up here to take photos. But this is the Steep Hill, the famous Steep Hill, which I think Ellie will have some facts on the Steep Hill, as I know it has won awards. But this is a journey that people will take on the way up to graduation, and it's definitely worth the hike.
You're right, Darren. I do have a few facts, but I'm a little bit worried about our sound quality because behind us we have a very, very, very busy open day taking place, and you might be able to hear some of our students who are actually playing piano at the moment. Those are some of our performing arts students. And as Ryan comes down our beautiful area, he's heading towards what I always call the Narnia lamppost. And this is about halfway down Steep Hill. Steep Hill, it's so named because it's one of the steepest streets in the UK. And there you can see the view. Well, you tell us where you are, Ryan.
Hi Ellie, yeah, thank you. So as Ellie's just said, I'm sort of halfway down Steep Hill now, and this is sort of like the usual little rest spot for most people sort of walking up. But yeah, as you said, there's this very unique lamppost that sort of leans off to the side, and we see lots of pictures from students, obviously, who walk up here and enjoy it. But yeah, as a thing to point out would be is that we are heading sort of just over to this area here, and that's where the university campus is, and that just shows sort of how close we all are for the campuses to the Lincoln Cathedral, and that's what Ellie alluded to earlier, that the city is just so sort of close and you can walk basically everywhere. So yeah, it just makes for a great city atmosphere.
No, Ryan, and you're one of our alumnus, as Darren said. So what was it like being a student here in Lincoln, Ryan?
I absolutely loved my time studying here at Lincoln. It sounds cliche, but I really did fall in love with the city. I didn't know a massive amount about Lincoln before I came here, but as soon as I came to sort of the physical open day, I absolutely loved sort of looking around, and I just loved the feel of the campus and the city. Once you visit, you'll understand that everyone is just so friendly, and it's just such a great place to sort of study. And now I live here as well. So, but I mean, the time there, the facilities were always great on my course that I studied. The lecturers were always so supportive. I met students and I met so many people from so many different cultures all around the world. And yeah, it just gave me such a great start in life, really. Yeah, so I owe a lot to Lincoln.
And what was your course, Ryan?
So I studied media production. So if there are any people watching today that are studying that, it was a fantastic course and I loved every minute of it.
And tell us a bit about the area where you are now, Ryan, because you've walked all the way down Steep Hill from the Norman Cathedral and Castle through the Bellgate area, and you're heading down to what's called the Strait, isn't that right?
That is exactly right, Ellie. Yeah, so this is the Strait. So this is the bottom of Steep Hill. And once again, there's loads of sort of nice pubs. As you can see here, the Strait just off to the side. So yeah, students, when they come and study in Lincoln, there's lots of opportunities for them to sort of go out for food and drinks with their friends and go to various bars. But there's also so much other stuff as well. I like to think that Lincoln's sort of like the perfect balance between sort of like a big city and a small town, because if you want to get involved with sort of going out on nights out, there's plenty of opportunities. But as well, if you want to sort of enjoy green spaces, and things like that, there's also plenty of that to do as well. So yeah, it's kind of like the perfect mixture for me.
That is a really good point. We do have a huge amount of biodiversity on campus. Professor Chris Packham is one of our visiting professors, and we do an audit across our massive campus on an annual basis. We have swans, we even have otters. We have a family of otters living on the campus. We have muscovy ducks. We have so many foxes. I'm sat between the medical school and the Isaac Newton building, where one of Isaac Newton apple trees, which was grafted from an apple tree at Woolsthorpe Manor, where Isaac Newton is from, is planted just outside. So if you need inspiration, you can go and sit under Isaac Newton's apple tree and watch the swans and the foxes. And not far away, the coast of Lincolnshire is absolutely beautiful, and I love the seals. There are many, many thousands of seals who come to Donnanook each year, which is a short drive away. And I went swimming, and I keep boring poor Darren to death with this. I went swimming at Mablethorpe not long ago, and a seal popped up and swam along with me about 5 meters out from the beach, and it was fabulous. And I bored you to death with that one, haven't I, Darren?
No, not at all. I'm so jealous that happened. I love a little trip to the Lincolnshire coast myself, but no, very jealous. I would love that to happen. The best thing that happened to me in terms of wildlife was it was actually a couple of weeks ago. I saw a fox just through campus. They're sort of the animals you very rarely see, really, don't they? But yeah, it was a beautiful thing. But in terms of Chris Packham, our students actually get to go down to Springwatch every now and again, don't they, Ellie? We've actually been ourselves supporting students and taking them down and things. So it's a really fantastic opportunity to see behind the scenes of the TV show, but get really close and personal with the techniques they use to sort of capture the animals on camera. It's a really amazing experience.
And last time we went, one of our alumni was actually director of Springwatch, and most of the runners were our students who'd been with us the previous year. So that was a really fabulous thing that Chris is very supportive of all of our students, and we're very supportive of him as well. He's a fantastic ambassador. We were one of the first universities in the UK to declare an environmental emergency, a climate emergency, and we're doing absolutely everything we can to minimise our carbon emissions, and we're getting ready for COP as well later on this year, which is really, really important. So very committed to sustainability. But on that point, a really key historical monument is behind Ryan. Tell us where you are, Ryan.
Yes, and so I'm in the right in the heart of Lincoln now, and so this is kind of like the shopping area, I guess. But behind me as well, can you remind me what that actually is called, Ellie, again? Is it called the Stone Bow? The Stone Bow, isn't it?
Yeah, so it's the Stone Bow. Yeah.
So it's the Stone Bow, and like you said, the history and heritage in Lincoln is just amazing. So if you're interested in that type of thing, you will absolutely love Lincoln with the cathedral and the Stone Bow and the castle and everything like that. It's just so nice nice. But around here as well, like I say, this is kind of like the main shopping area. And so you've got sort of high street shops like your Office, you've got your Primark behind us there. And so, yeah, this is also a nice little area to explore if you ever do attend one of our physical open days.
Me and Darren will be nipping up there later. We'll be going to Primark. You can see it, so it's looking pretty cool. And and also, we should have mentioned when we were up by the cathedral that there is a Christmas market on an annual basis. It's the first weekend in December. Around about 300,000 people come to Lincolnshire, and there's a medieval Christmas market. It is one of the most impressive Christmas markets in the world. And behind Brian, talking about impressive, is I'm going to ask, thanks, Darren, is Stokes Coffee Shop. It's been around for 120 years, making some of the most fabulous coffee in the world. We serve Stokes Coffee here at Lincoln and at the university. And it's a higgledy-piggledy building, but it's a great place to get a coffee, isn't it, Darren?
It is. It's a lovely little study spot, I think. Take your laptop and grab a really good coffee. And for all the vegetarian and vegans out there, there's options there for you, as well as in the pastry shop to the side, which is just on that bridge as well. So shout out for the vegans there. And Ryan he's gone through what is called the Glory Hall, and he's heading towards campus. So now you can actually see how close the campus is to the city centre. So that's the city centre right there. Walks through that beautiful passageway where you can see the old building behind, which I have my own fun fact, and that is the oldest bridge in the UK with a building still on it. So there you go. And Ryan is going to head down, and as he's walking down there, he will get to the campus and he will show us the Brayford Pool, which is a hub full of restaurants. There's a cinema, lots of bars, a cocktail bar. So all that is on one side, and on the other side is our campus. So we're very, very close to the city centre, 5 minutes away, but even less time away from all those venues as well. It's a like we said earlier, it's a really unique spot.
It is, and we should probably mention the train station as well, which is about 5 minutes behind Ryan. So you can literally walk to the train station with your case in sort of 5-10 minutes and be on your way home out of Lincoln, wherever you're going. And it's very easy to get anywhere from Lincolnshire. And here you can see the building that me and Darren are in just across the campus there. This is beautiful Brayford Pool. Many, many, many years ago, it was a Roman retirement village, and this was a medieval trade centre, very, very important to the economy of Britain back then. Now you can go to the Odeon, you can go to a floating Wagamama's, or you can do a boat tour down the Brayford, which normally we do offer today. We should be able to see some swans. But Ryan, you framed a beautiful shot there. Do you want to tell us what you can see?
Yeah, thanks, Ellie. It's absolutely stunning. Sort of just walking underneath, as you said, that sort of little underpass, and then walking out, and the sun's just shining on the water, and it looks so nice. And there's the Brayford Belle over there as well, which is a boat tour that goes from the Brayford waterfront. And like Ellie said, there's just so much to do. You've got the Odeon there, which I went to a few times as a student, and you've got Wagamama, you've got lots of chain restaurants down there. So obviously when your mums and dads come to visit you, you can go out for a nice meal there on a summer's day. And yeah, it's just absolutely lovely. And then as well, we will move, obviously Ellie said as well, so that's our Minerva Building right over there. That's sort of the main hub of our university. And so to be situated where it is, sort of on the Brayford waterfront, it's just absolutely amazing. And then we will move down here as well, and we will get to see the Students' Union as well, which is also a very nice building. So yeah, I'll just walk down to here.
Before you move too much further, Ryan, I just want to point out that behind you, everyone can see the cathedral, which is literally where Ryan has just walked from. So that very short walk that took us, I think, around about 12 minutes. Even with stopping, we've walked from the cathedral down past all the key points of the University of Lincoln, not of the City of Lincoln, into the University of Lincoln. So, Ryan, it's quite a short walk, isn't it?
Yeah, as we've already said, that's such a great point of our university, is that you can literally just walk everywhere. So it just makes life so much easier. When I visited other unis, sometimes you needed to get buses to certain areas or from your accommodation, whereas all of our accommodation here is just right on campus. So you can just easily walk to your classes. And as Elliot said, to walk up to the cathedral, everything is just so close by. So yeah, it just removes sort of any anxiety you might have about moving to a big new city. You can just just get on and just sort of walk about and explore, and it's great.
Ellie, it's your turn. You're muted now.
I'm so sorry. Thank you. Talking of exploring, though, Ryan is on his way to the Students' Union, as he just said, and we're going to go and explore what it's like to be a student on campus, because the most unique thing about the University of Lincoln is that we're a campus university within the heart of a city. So although you're in a city, you're enclosed within a beautiful large campus. And here, Ryan is showing us a fabulous view from the top of the bridge over the train tracks by Brayford. Yeah, that looks absolutely stunning, and you really get a sense of a very modern city, despite our beautiful medieval heritage that Ryan showed us and that we've walked through and we've come through. One of the things I didn't mention when we reached the stone bow was that was the site of a visit from Henry VIII, which was fabulous. And here we are looking at the Students' Union. So this was previously a derelict railway sidings, which is why it's called the Engine Shed, and now it's the largest venue in the region with a capacity of around about 3,000 people. And Darren, some really exciting people coming.
Yeah. I mean, just in the last week alone, we've had Jason Status here, and we have some really good comedians. I think we have Russell Howard come and Jimmy Carr has come in the past. So there's all sorts of stuff happening. That's one of the nightclub venues as well. So if you're concerned about heading off and coming to university and wanting to get involved in nightlife, you can kind of rest assured that in Lincoln you have that venue right in the middle of campus, and you won't have to get a taxi home or anything like that. And as Ryan's shown us there, that's the Sarah Swift Building, home to our, I believe it's nursing and some health and social care courses as well. And it's probably just worth mentioning as well, so it's reached 10 o'clock. So a lot of students now who have joined us today are going to be going into the welcome talk, and there'll be, you can see there's a lot of students still around us going to explore the campus, which Ryan, you're going to take us on an exploration now. So what are you going to show us, Ryan?
Yeah, we've got loads of people sort of walking around having tours, which is great to see. And yeah, so as Darren alluded to, that's the Tower Bar behind us, which is great. Obviously, you can go in there with your friends. They have loads of sports on. So if you're interested in watching sport, they'll always be showing it on there. And as well, one thing, we have the David Chilick building as well, just to the left here. So that's our business, home to our business school. So yeah, if you're studying business, that's where you'll be based. And then the library as well. I just want to give a shout out to the library. It's such an amazing building. I spent lots of time in there. They've got so many resources and facilities. Yeah, it's just a wonderful building and great to study in.
And most importantly, Ryan, it's open 24/7 at key points of the year. So if you want to study at 3 a.m. or 7 a.m. or 1 p.m., you can study whenever you like. And the other thing about the Students' Union, Lincoln is very much a community university. We talk a lot about one community. Students are at the heart of everything we do. And there are 140 clubs and societies that you can join here at Lincoln. And as Professor Juster, our Vice Chancellor, said earlier, if you can't find a society that does what you want to do, then we'll help you start one. Ryan and Darren, were you members of societies when you were here at
I was briefly a member of society. I actually helped a friend set up the Harry Potter Society here at the university, and we'd heard about these. I mean, credit all to Mark, my friend. None of the credit to me. I was just a small part of it. But he had this idea from day one. He came and he was like, "There's a society one. It's not here. I really wish we could do it." And by the third year, he'd set it up, and it was and still is one of the biggest societies here at the university. So he just had an idea. So if there is, as Professor Neil just said, if there is something that, you have a passion for something, you want to meet others who share that passion, then set one up yourself if it doesn't exist.
It is true. And as you can see, one of the benefits of having a really large campus is we've put additional outdoor space in. So there's the seats that Ryan is showing us there. And as he spins around past our architecturally gorgeous library that's like a museum inside, it's beautiful. You can see our teepees, which are fabulous sort of outdoor venues, which are especially lovely in the autumn term, where it's cozy and snug inside, and you can have a hot chocolate and snuzzle up under the furs, which is really nice. Then the Elpac Theatre, which is a 450-seater theatre, and where you can see all sorts of amazing people. I've seen Julian Clary, Jack Dee, Stuart Lee. Just about everyone comes to the Elpac, and also it's a wonderful place for our students prepare and put on all of their plays during the year, including normally a fantastic Christmas play. And we also prepare our Edinburgh Fringe shows there before we take them up to Edinburgh. So Elpac is an absolutely amazing resource. And Ryan, who are you talking to?
Hi, Ellie. So I don't think we've ever had a chance to really walk in here, but today it looks like it's open. So I just thought I'd have a little quick walk inside the teepee, and it's absolutely lovely in here. I hope you can hear me with the music playing, but yeah, with the lighting and everything, it's such a nice place to come. And we've also got the staff here if they wanted to give us a bit of a wave. So yeah, they're obviously working today. Thanks, guys. But yeah, it's absolutely lovely in there.
Oh, that looks great.
It is gorgeous. I love the teepee. Darren, if it's open, we ought to go and get a cappuccino after this. Or a vegan hot chocolate for you, I should say.
Yeah, I might just sneak away 5 minutes now. I'll leave this here, Ellie. I'm off to the teepee. I'll see you there, Ryan. No, that looks amazing. Thanks for showing us that, Ryan. So you're going to head up probably towards us now. So as you'll see Ryan, he's come from the city centre. He's walked along the Brayford Pool, past the library, past the library, and now we've seen the Elpac, great venue for the art students. And so what he's come to this fantastic building now. So if anyone is joining us for an open day, if you book and you join us, you're likely to come to the building that we're in, the Isaac Newton building. And you can see how close it is from the train station that was literally about 5 minutes away if you're coming via train. And you can see, Ryan, that looks absolutely amazing. There's like a huge amount of students. It looks like there's a really buzzing atmosphere there.
Yeah, as you said, Darren, it's great to see so many students with their friends and family coming to visit us today, sort of having little tours, as you can just see here with our student ambassadors, really getting to sort of see the accommodation, see what it's like, see the learning spaces. But yeah, it's absolutely buzzing. It's just so nice to see the campus sort of come alive. But just as I walk down here, if I turn around and the light adjusts, we have our Lincoln Medical School, which I'm sure Ellie and Darren will talk about. We've got a little hub here with all of our guests sort of meeting up, ready to go on tours. Here we have the Nicola de la Haye building. So that's where a lot of our arts courses are based. So if you're studying sort of graphic design, product design, all them types of things, that's a great learning space. And then obviously behind as well, we have the Isaac Newton building, which is here where Ellie is. And that's sort of like our engineering hub and stuff like that. So yeah, there's so much going on. And as you can see, there's lots of people, lots of guests. So we'd like to welcome everyone watching this video as well to come and visit us as soon as you can.
And behind Ryan, the most important thing you didn't mention is the crepes. And anyone who comes today, we obviously do free coffee and free pastries. We normally try and do free breakfast, but we haven't been able to do that at the moment. But you can have a free crepe, and that's why there's a massive queue. Some of it's for the tours, so people can do the boat tours and the bus tours, but some of it is to have a tasty crepe. And tell me, have you had one yet today, Ryan?
No, I haven't yet, Ellie. I haven't. I had a bacon roll instead.
No, that's fabulous. Now, we'll keep travelling with Ron, but I think you should be able to see there's some Mark's accommodation from where you are now, Ryan. So I might ask you to do a little bit of a turnaround and show us the St. Mark's accommodation, because that's our next stop as part of this amazing sort of taster for what our open days are like.
Just turn around and just see St. Mark's in a second. Obviously, the accommodation team are coming on after me, so you'll hear a lot more about them. But my experience living in accommodation, it was amazing. I absolutely loved it. I personally lived in Courts, but that was a few years ago, and there's so many choices that cater for so many different options. So whatever your needs are, I'm pretty sure the accommodation team will be able to help you with that. So yeah, we have a fantastic choice of accommodation here. And I will just turn around and just show you St Mark's. So you should be able to just see it behind me there. And yeah, it's a great new complex, and obviously they'll go into more detail. There's one block that's just being finalised now, but that's obviously nothing to do with the new students. They've been allocated blocks that have already been finished. So yeah, but it's great to start life at uni in brand new accommodation. It's always fantastic. So yeah,
it is a fabulous place, and I just want to say hi to Connor Martin and Patrick Lee and Roland Diodelli, who have joined us to say it's really cool, it's awesome, it's great to see Lincoln again. You must be one of our alumni, Connor. In fact, I know you are. Such a great university city. Patrick Lee, I absolutely love you, University of Lincoln. Oh, I absolutely love University of Lincoln and this lovely city. So do I, Patrick. It really is absolutely stunning. And as I said, students are at the heart of everything we do here, and we hope you experience that when you come to our open day. I'm watching people walking past the window as they come and join us. Hello, Ravi Sharma. It's really nice to welcome you to our open day today. And I hope what you've got from what we've done so far and Ryan's absolutely amazing tour is exactly how easy it is to get around Lincoln, but how diverse it is and how beautiful it is, and the different places you go and you experience. There are 96,000 people live in Lincoln. 1 in 5 of them is a student. It is a really student-orientated city, and we are top 20 for student satisfaction in the Guardian, top 20 for student satisfaction in the Complete University Guide this year. We put students at the heart of everything we do. But on that note, it's probably time to say goodbye to Ryan. Thank you, Ryan. We might join you again later, but a huge thank you. You were fabulous as ever.
Oh, thanks, Ellie. Yeah, we hope everyone has a great day, obviously visiting us and watching online as well. But yeah, have a great day, everyone, and see you all soon. Bye.
Thanks,
See you soon, Ryan. Oh, and Rav is saying it was a beautiful experience that he had with the University of Lincoln. And oh, it's so nice. If you are one of our alumni and you're watching us, please do tell us your memories of Lincoln. Darren, what was your favourite thing about being a student?
Yeah, my favourite thing was probably actually that Brayford Pool setting. Being so close to where you're studying anyway is brilliant. And you don't have to get a bus anywhere, so it's all fantastic. But being close to that Brayford Pool waterfront, and it's a beautiful setting, but having all those restaurants, the cinema, the bars, it was just a really great atmosphere right on your doorstep. I absolutely loved that. Really loved it.
Thanks, Darren. Thank you. And that is probably a good time because we're running late as usual. So I apologise to everyone watching, but it's time for us to join Vicky, our accommodation expert. Hello, Vicky. How are you? Thanks for waiting for us.
It's okay. I'm good, thank you. Hope you guys are all well, and I hope you're enjoying everything that you've seen so far.
It's fabulous, isn't it? And please, anyone who's got questions for our expert in accommodation, Vicky, anyone who wants to know anything about what it's like to live in university accommodation or other choices in Lincoln, please do post them in the chat, whether you're on Facebook or YouTube, just post them in the chat. But let's go live to Vicky for your tour of the St Mark's accommodation.
So let's give you a quick tour. First of all, I'll show you just how close we are to the campus where everything is happening right now. So in the distance, you will be able to see the medical school and obviously just where the open day is taking place. And then you can also just see how close our accommodation is to everything. Like we've got the gateway opposite us now, and we're just across the road from everything happening on campus. So this is what St Mark's looks like. You get a large social space, so you've got enough space for everyone. This is a 12-bedroom flat, so you can sit on the sofa with all of your flatmates, get to know each other, talk about your courses, chat about how you might be missing home but bonding over all the new experience together. And then you also get a great table for playing games, studying, cooking flat meals, whatever you need. We've got the space for you to socialise with your flatmates and make it as enjoyable as possible.
And Vicky, you can actually visit this accommodation at an open day, can't you? And other.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, you can visit here today, so you can come see this exact flat where I am today. You can also see our 179 show flat, or you can see our Signet Wharf show flat as well. So plenty of tours going today. Just pop and see us. We've got a stand outside IMDb, and then we'll be able to give you a little tour. But yeah. But no, so this is the kitchen. So again, another great social space. So you'll be able to cook together, and plenty of space for you all to share all of the facilities with one another.
Oh my God, that looks amazing, doesn't it, Darren? I think we should just move in, you know. It's nicer than my house.
I was about to say the same thing, Ellie. I'm very, very jealous, actually. The other thing I'm jealous of as well is everything that's nearby. We've mentioned a couple of times that everything's quite close by. But Vicky, could you tell us what the key things that are really close there, especially to this accommodation, but to others?
Yeah, definitely. So there's a McDonald's if you ever need to go and get some quick food. Just to the left, right across the road, there's a Morrison's, and there's Valentine Retail Park. So loads of little short stores like As for Living, TK Maxx, loads of different places for you to get everything that you need. There's a Curry's, PC World, if you need a new laptop or anything. There's so much, and we're only a 5 to 10 minute walk away from the centre of town as well. So everything is so close that you don't need to worry about anything at all.
That is amazing. And what kind of things do people need to make sure they bring with them, Vicky? What's supplied, and what are the I must pack things?
So in all of our accommodations, you would need to bring some bedding, obviously to keep yourself as familiar with home to sleep with, your personal items, everything to get you set up and comfortable, ready in your new home away from home. Then you'd need to bring your electronic items like your laptop. Don't forget your chargers. I forgot mine in the first year and had to wait to get a new one, which was quite frustrating. But then you can also bring your kitchen like appliances, so a toaster. We don't provide toasters, so we'd recommend bringing one of those, and then pots, pans, plates, and all that kind of stuff. But just enough to get you started, because you can buy more stuff when you're here once you've started cooking for yourself and learning what you want to cook and so on.
Yeah. And what are the most common questions that you get asked by open day guests at the minute?
Oh, people kind of ask what to bring, so I've just answered that. They ask what support we provide. So we've got the office, like the accommodation team. We're open 9 till 5:30 Monday to Friday, and then 9 till 5 on a Saturday. Residential wardens, we've got so much support in for 24-hour support, so they kind of take over when we finish. They're like your big brothers and sisters. They'll come and chat to you if you need anything at all. And then we've also got the security team as well, so they're always on hand to help if anything does go wrong. So yeah, that's one of the common questions. And then just kind of things like how stuff works, but feel free to ask us how everything works. We'd be more than happy to help, because we know that everything's a bit different when you move away from home into a new place. So we're going to show you a bedroom, so where your own personal space will be.
And this looks really exciting, doesn't it?
Definitely, I'm very jealous. So as you come in, you get a 3/4 bed, and then you also get some storage space above the bed with some USB charging ports, as well as normal plug sockets, which is really great because it means you don't need as many plugs. And then you also get some storage under the bed, so for suitcases, boxes, sports equipment, whatever you need, we have got the space to help you store everything. And then opposite, we've got the desk, so you get 3 drawers in the desk, and then it's plenty of space for your computer, a TV if you want to bring one, whatever you decide, we've got the space for it. And then you also get some overhead storage as well. So for your textbooks, your little trinkets like we've got shown at the minute, there is plenty of space for everything that you want to bring and make it your own room and home away from home.
And Vicky, I'm gonna interrupt you for a minute because you're gonna love this. Andy Chris, thank you so much for writing in, Andy. Andy's just put a comment in. Our daughter moved into the campus last week. It was fantastic and welcoming staff and students. So a big woohoo to your team, Vicky, who were amazing last week.
Thank you. It was a long week, but it was an enjoyable week with the weather and everything
lovely.
Like that. It was so good to have all the students back on campus. It was such a warming thing, getting to meet everyone, helping them move in. So it was really good fun. So yeah, I'm really happy that everyone's back, and I'm happy that everyone enjoyed the experience that was arrivals. We tried to make it as easy and as smooth as possible this year.
It was one of the most communal move-ins we've ever had, I think. I've met so many students. I think after the year of lockdown, everyone was just so keen to meet people and talk and get out and about. And I mean, Freshers' Fair last week, I have never seen so many students at Freshers' Fair in my entire life. And I've been in working universities for around about 30 years. Someone said, oh, this is your 30th Freshers' Week. I was like, oh my God. But it was so friendly last week, wasn't it?
Definitely.
I was just going to say, Vicky, I actually saw a lot of students talking online and sharing messages with us about how, and parents as well, telling us how good of an experience the moving process was. So well done, accommodation team.
Thank you. But hopefully we'll keep it as good and keep it all running for the years coming, because it seems to work really well. So yeah, if you've got any questions for how arrivals work next year, feel free to ask us, and obviously once we've got the information, we'll let everyone know, but trying to keep it as enjoyable and as easy for parents and for students at the same time.
That is Vicky. That is brilliant, Vicky. We do have a question for you. It's from Adequate Boy, and he says, please, can I ask if there's university accommodation available for an international student coming with their spouse? So is it possible for students to move in with their partners?
So in the University of Lincoln, unfortunately, we don't have the accommodation for people. We're all single occupancy accommodation, but you could potentially speak to the Student Union housing team, and they might be able to help you find suitable housing in Lincoln. So I would recommend speaking to the Student Union housing team, and then they'll be able to advise you best on what options are available in Lincoln.
That is absolutely brilliant. And Vicky, I'm so grateful to you for showing us around. Now, you're one of our alumni as well, Vicky. I think everyone here at the university is an alumnus. But tell us, what was your favourite thing about being a student? What did you study? What societies did you join? Give us a quick overview, Vicky.
So I studied psychology, and I stayed in courts as well. So been in the accommodation from the start. Kind of floated around a few societies, never really stuck to one, kind of swapped it up each year. So played like cricket, netball, dance briefly, and then was actually briefly Harry Potter, and then the Psychology Society, all sorts of different ones, kept switching it up so I could kind of meet loads of new people. But no, it was a really fun experience. I enjoyed it. First couple of months, I was really anxious, but then joining the societies and everything, and like making friends on my course, it was really nice to kind of meet loads of people. And then it was just a really good experience all around. And I've lived in Lincoln my whole life, so to be honest, it's just nice to show people the little hidden gems of Lincoln as well. So I quite enjoyed showing people the city that I'm familiar with, and then taking them to everywhere that's quite fun, and because there's loads of things to do for students in Lincoln. So yeah.
There really is. And Vicky, I'm going to say a huge thank you to you for your time with us today. And if you can come onto campus today, or if you want to book for a future open day, come and do a live tour. There's nothing like seeing the space for yourself, deciding whether or not Lincoln is for you. It won't be for everyone, but the best thing to do is visit the universities that you're interested in and come and see if it's where you want to spend the next 3 or 4 years of your life. Any last top tips, Vicky?
I would say if you're worrying about accommodation or anything, just come to an open day, come speak to us. Like, we've got a standout today. So if you're worried, need anything at all, just come and speak to us, and we'll be happy to help. And that goes across the whole university. We're such a friendly university and team. So just come and speak to us. No matter what your needs, what course, what worries, we'd be happy to help you in any way that we can.
Vicky, you are an absolute star. It's a pleasure to work with you as ever. Darren and I will say a warm goodbye. Thanks, and we'll look forward to seeing you in person at the TP later.
See you later.
Bye.
Okay, Darren, we've got another fabulous question. Nicola Bloomfield, she says, is this being recorded? My daughter's at work. It would be great for her to see this.
Yeah, this has been recorded. So all you need to do is, if you're watching on Facebook or YouTube, just save the link to the stream, and as soon as it's finished, you'll be able to play it back at any point and send the link to your daughter. So yeah, and if you have any questions, or if your daughter has any questions, just direct messages on social media. I can actually see your viewing on Facebook, so if you direct messages on Facebook, we'll be able to help you.
Yeah, it's really important. Ask as many questions as you can, but more importantly, do try and visit if you can, Nicola. We'd love to welcome you here at one of our open days. They do tend to be super fun. It's We often debate which our favourite day of the year is. For many of my colleagues, it's graduation, which takes place, as Ryan was saying, in the cathedral and the castle, and it is very beautiful. My favourite days are open days because it's where we meet our students for the very first time and we see them come to us. I'm probably wrong, but I think I almost remember Darren at the first open day. Darren, you're going to tell me I'm wrong. And I've
Yeah.
I've watched Darren come through as a student and then as an intern, as an ambassador. He worked for the team, and then I think within 6 years was a senior manager at the university. And it's fabulous to see the journeys that young people go on. So these are my favourite days. What about you, Darren?
Yeah, I actually totally agree, Ellie, because having worked here for quite a while and you meet lots of people, hundreds of people, students at open days, you do recognise them when you see them at graduation as well, 3 years later. And so it is great when you're at graduation, you see that person who's come to us to an open day, fallen in love with the city and the university, and they've worked really hard for 3 years and they get to graduate at a more spectacular setting in the cathedral. I could not decide which is the better one. They're both great for their own reasons.
It's been really exciting this week, actually, with the students moving in. I've had 5 students come and find me. I don't know about you, Darren, but they've actually managed to track me down in person, having seen us on these live chats. And it's been really nice to have a coffee with them and meet them face to face. And I've really enjoyed that because normally we'd see people at the open day. So doing it virtually was a bit different. So actually meeting those students who'd actually met us. And Mark Aldrich has just come in and say his daughter loved her 3 years at the uni so much she now works there. Hello, Mark.
That's brilliant. Yeah, I think that's the thing, Ellie, isn't it? This is a great opportunity to really put that welcoming touch, personal touch into welcoming students to the university. And we really are a friendly bunch, and there's definitely a community feel here, I think. And I felt it as a student, and I knew that I could reach out to any of the staff members and I would get the help and support I needed if I needed it. But yeah, if you do come to an open day, first thing you'll be met with is a cup of tea and a friendly face.
Well, me and Darren, but that's as friendly as it gets. That does remind me, I was going to ask you to explain Friends for Life for people, Darren, because I think that is such an important tool now and a really good option for people to use.
It is, yeah. So Friends for Life was created for those students in mind who are nervous about moving away to university and maybe nervous about making friends at first. And you might be that you're a student and you're not nervous, but you want to just be preparing in advance for making friends. And so what it is round about this time of year, maybe closer to Christmas, we'll invite you to sign up to our Friends for Life service. You sign up, tell us your email address and a few interests, tell us what course you're applying for, and what we do is we try and group people together based on those interests, those shared interests, and your courses. So we create the official course groups, subject groups for your subject, and that's where you can join and meet your future course mates. We also do the same thing for accommodation. So once you apply for accommodation and you're curious about who you're going to be living with and who's bringing the pans and who's bringing the toaster, you can actually join those official accommodation groups and get to know your flatmates. And as well as that, but throughout that process, we will be grouping together people based on your interests. So if you're interested in football, we'll try our best to make sure you know someone else who's a big football fan as well. All in the aims of when you do join us in Welcome Week, you'll have a friend or two ready and a nice friendly face to go through that Welcome Week journey together.
And talking of a friendly face, our Vice-Chancellor, Professor Neil Juster, has just rejoined us, fresh from his welcome talk. And also, out of the corner of my eye, I can see Gareth Oliver, who's giving top tips for your personal statement talk in a few moments. Now, it seems like a really good opportunity to go to Ryan.
Hello. Well, welcome back, Darren and Ellie. So, yeah, I thought we could sort of just carry on the tour a little bit more. And so I'm right on the Brayford waterfront now, and as you can see, all the boats behind me, and there's the cathedral that we were earlier. And I thought we'd just have a little quick look at our Minerva Building. And so Minerva Building is right there. And as said earlier, this is sort of like the main hub for a lot of our student services here at Lincoln. And so, yeah, when you arrive here, you can have a look around there. And yeah, it's where sort of like student services are and our estates team and stuff like that. But excitingly as well, also outside, we've also got the Pop-Out Festival, which is what the Elpac is running currently. And it's sort of all about performing arts. And there's so many things that are happening on campus and around the city. So it's really exciting to bring sort of culture and, yeah, just performing arts to the city of Lincoln, really. So, yeah, that's great. And that's been happening for the last week or so. So, yeah.
It is really exciting. Now, Darren, I apologise, but I'm going to have to leave this broadcast. I'm going to have to go and do my... Yeah, I'm heading to the TP, and I'm hoping that you chaps are going to join me there later, as I say, for a hot chocolate. So, Darren, can I leave you and Brian to do the rest of the tour, and I will catch up with you shortly.
Of course. Enjoy the rest of the open day, Ellie.
Thanks, guys. Thank you very much, and goodbye.
So Ryan, so you are outside the Minerva Building, and as you just said, there's a big theatre thing run by the performing arts students. That just reminds me of the last live stream we did, where we said there's always something happening on campus, and actually they're the swans. There you go.
Yeah. We did say that we would find some swans earlier, didn't we? So yeah, they're just nicely bobbing on the water. But yeah, as you said, Darren, like, there's just always something happening. If you want to get involved with something, meet new people, see exciting things, there's always something happening. And that Pop-Out Festival is just a great example of some of the exciting things that do happen on campus. But yeah, I thought we could just have a quick little walk down to here and just have a quick look at the Swan, which is sort of part of the Students' Union, and it's sort of like pub restaurant that's right in the heart of our campus, and just have a look sort of at some of the other buildings as well. But yeah, can you remember the Swan, Darren, from your time studying here?
I do actually remember. The Swan was one of my favourite places to go as a student, apart from the library, obviously. But the Swan's great because I stayed in Lincoln Courts, just like yourself, and that is literally not even 5 minutes away. It's about 2 minutes away, and there it is. So I know they do things like it is a pub atmosphere, but at the same time they do karaoke there sometimes and have events. And there is actually seating behind where you can see the beautiful Brayford Pool waterfront as well. And actually, if you just do a spin, you can see how close it is to the buildings there. So you've got that's the Minerva Building. So that is where a lot of your support services are, a lot of lecture and seminar spaces. And then just across from that is a building that houses I believe it's the Alfred Tennyson building, and that houses all the media, humanities, we're talking English, history, film and TV. And we'll have used those giant TV studios as well in there. Really, really huge. So that's where if you're media or film and TV student, you'll be in there using all the fantastic equipment they've got. And then the building there is a huge lecture space, which we use for live lectures. And then just between there and the Swan is the Wellbeing Centre. So as we mentioned earlier, there you go. As you mentioned earlier, we do have the most amazing wellbeing team, and if you go there or contact them, they'll do their best to support you as much as possible through your time here at the university. And if that's something you're concerned about now, you can come to an open day and meet them in person, or just contact us on social media or via our website, and we'll be able to put you in touch. But I guess we'll probably have to start wrapping up because we are very, very late. But Ryan, any final tips for students at this moment in time who will be thinking about university in 2022?
Yeah, I was going to say, we could literally sort of go on all day, show you all the amazing things about the university. But I guess the whole point of this is just to give everyone a little taster and just to see behind the scenes. And then hopefully you can all come and sort of have a look around yourself at some of the dates that Darren mentioned earlier. But as regards for top tips, I'd just say come and visit, come and have a look around. around, do your research on our website. We've got lots of information on there about accommodation, what programs we offer, sort of our entry requirements, all them different things. So yeah, make sure to do your research, come and have a visit, come and have a look around, experience Lincoln, and I think you might just enjoy it and sort of fall in love with the city. So yeah, that would be my final tips from me, Darren.
Yeah, I would totally agree. The only other thing I guess I could add is if you can't make the open day date, so there's a few upcoming, so there's October 23rd and November 13th. If you can't make any of those, we do have informal visit days available as well. And the way to find out about those, if you just visit our website, visit the homepage, www.lincoln.ac.uk. There'll be a link there which will take you to our open days booking site. Have a look at all those dates and see which days work best. If there are none that seem to work for you, let us know and we can arrange something. We hope you've all enjoyed this little sneak peek preview of what happens at an open day here at the University of Lincoln. Thank you very much, Ryan, for giving us the talk. As always, you've been amazing. Thanks to Vicky. The accommodation has been really, really busy this week, so thank you, Vicky, for helping us out with that. If you do come to one of our open days, you can take a tour of campus yourself or of the city or visit the accommodation and take a little look around. So definitely worth a visit. Any other questions, please do drop us a message or contact us via the links on our website. But thank you very much, everyone, for watching, and we hope you visit us very, very soon. Bye.
Bye, everyone.